And then a bright spark constitutional expert, Professor George Williams, said publicly, well, actually, the Constitution makes it clear that the states can do this. Whatever marriages the Commonwealth doesn't make a law for, the states can make a law for. And we were off. In 2005, I think, was the first time a state same-sex marriage law was introduced in Tasmania, then in Victoria, then in Queensland, South Australia and WA, and finally in New South Wales, and the ACT. The Tasmanian law just missed out being passed, but the ACT law was passed. Some of you might remember that. In 2013, the federal government was livid. It went straight to the High Court to knock that law down. But in the week between the law being proclaimed and the High Court striking that law down at the behest of the federal government, 37 couples were married in the ACT legally. That was such an important moment because 25 million Australians could see, again on the TV news, that the sky didn't fall in. That these couples were happy, that they were so full of joy, and it wasn't the end of the world. It was disappointing that their marriages were annulled after a week. But it wasn't a complete disaster. We were able to get into the High Court and ask the court whether the federal government had the power to pass marriage equality, which up until then had been something which there was a question mark over that. And the High Court said, yes, there's no doubt the federal government has the power to do that, or the federal parliament. Most fundamental guiding principles is that everyone, almost everyone, wants to do the right thing. Even if they disagree with us, even if they're not sure what our issues are, even if they're a bit confused or uncertain, almost everyone wants to do the right thing. And I found that one of the best keys to change is to reach out to people. They might knock your hand away, but you reach out again, and they might do that again. But eventually they will accept your hand. Around another person's prejudices to the person behind who wants to do the right thing. If you cannot be deterred by those prejudices, but find the person with the heart. If you can build a bridge to them, real change is possible. Education works. This morning I described how personal stories made a difference to one Liberal MP when it came to the religious discrimination bill, and how she made a difference, that MP made a difference to the final vote by making sure that her colleagues who were unhappy with that legislation stood up to the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister. And I recommend to you the lessons I have learned for myself. Always push on the door that's locked. Always take risks. There's always other ways forward. And you can always make progress if you're willing to educate people, to find the people who want to do the right thing behind all the prejudices and misinformation. In short, we need to be both bold and vulnerable. I found that combination creates real change. Thank you.